get started. Greetings, this is David Murphy, publisher of the National Black Unity News. I want to welcome everybody to my podcast. This podcast is designed to highlight, uplift, and share great information about our participating editors. And today, I am so proud to present to you Ms. Donetta Mooring. And I'm going to share a little bit about this sister because she and I, that old song, we go a long way back. And one thing about Donetta is that she know whatever I was doing over the years, she always supported me and participated. So I'm truly grateful for that, Donetta, because, that is really encouraging when you have people that support you like that, and of course, that's difficult to do sometimes, especially when you first starting out and you green about this and you're not sure about that, but we have to make our way. And
Right.
so, again, I thank you. And so I'm gonna get started. I appreciate this sister so much, and I like to keep it real. So this is not one of those type of interviews where it's so staunch and it's so this and so that. I'm just going to have a conversation with my sister, and I'm gonna start off like this. Now I have a view about you myself, and I hold you in high esteem because, like I say, I've seen you evolve over the years. I've seen how you started, but one thing about you, I always knew that you always had that entrepreneurial spirit in you. No matter what else you were doing, you was always trying something, trying some of this or trying some of that. and even up until this day, you still doing things. So give our listeners or our viewers about just a little bit about you. So who is Donetta from your perspective?
Oh my goodness. Whew. I think if I had to choose one word, I mean, there's a lot of words, but I would say determined. That I am extremely determined. I refuse to give up. It's not an option. It's in my DNA to constantly keep pushing. And so I would say that I'm a person who strongly believes in personal development. That's the reason why I am where I'm at, because of that personal development. And then also just finding my way, what's important to me and not what everybody else is doing. Because sometimes we can go down that road where we follow, the leader, and we have the leader within ourselves. Oh, yes. So, and even though I was extremely shy, very timid, I stuttered, all of that, I still had leadership within me and didn't realize it. So, I feel as though that's who I am. So don't allow your past to define who you are, your situation. Personal development is the key.
And it seemed like if I was in church, you were stepping on my toes. Because, I started to, and I'm shy, and some may say, introvert, and over the years, and I discovered why I became that way, but that was yesterday, but nevertheless, it lasted with me for 40, 50 years. And Don, when I mentioned about your entrepreneurial spirit, so I know you had that drive, you had that determination that you just mentioned, but back in the day, we used to have this thing say, what is your why? Why do you do these things?
It's just embedded in me. It's like my family. It comes. I feel as though it's hereditary. I feel as though it's in my genes. I see my mother, trying to become a real estate agent, trying things. And once, I think I was 21, and I never will forget A.L. Williams, term insurance. It was like, that's when it hit. That's when I just came out my shell. I mean, I would just, just a tiny bit, and then I couldn't stop. But what I love about being an entrepreneur is that, striving towards that freedom, striving towards that creativity, that it's what's important to you. And whether you have a service or product that you promote for somebody else, still is your creativity, is who you are as a person that makes that product or able to sell it. So, it's in me. I never will forget that it was maybe 1 year or some months where I didn't have a business. I was depressed. I was depressed. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? I don't have a business. I mean, for me, like some people think that way as far as working, they have to have a job. You know, they have to work for someone. And there's nothing wrong with that. To each his own. And yes, I worked my whole life and I'm retired now, but I always had a business. So it's just in me. I just love it. It's that drive, it's that passion. So I just can't help myself.
Okay, you and I talked many times over the years. We discuss a lot of things, and I'm a parent and a grandparent, and some of them underlying things why we push ourselves is because of our family. We want to make a better way for them,
Mhm.
and I know you feel the same way because, like I say, what you have? How many? I mean, what about your family? What you have? A daughter, son? What?
Yes, I have a son and a daughter, and I have three grandchildren,
Mhm.
12, 7, and a year old.
Okay, all right. And let me ask you this. Now you sampled a lot of businesses over the years,
Mhm.
and some things worked out for you, but like I say, like me, we keep on evolving. We don't
Mhm.
let things go. Some things don't work out, but we keep on pushing.
Right.
But you now is an author. You wrote a
Mhm.
book. And can you elaborate on that book a little bit?
The book was more for me than anybody else, believe it or not,
Hmm.
because sometimes I know they say it's not about you, but sometimes you have to do things that's out of your comfort zone or do things that you think that you don't think is capable. So yes, it's 21 days to improve your sleep hygiene and lose weight. Yes, it's on Amazon, but I did it because I always said I want to write a book. And so, at times, it's for other people, but it started with me. You have to have that passion and then a desire to do it. And so that's the reason why I wrote. But also, I'm a co-author with Courageous Enough to Launch, which is
Mm.
Dr. Cheryl Wood, and it's 40 other courageous women who also in that book. And so it's really funny because the two things I never thought I would be doing in life I'm doing now, or I wasn't good at, growing up. I didn't feel comfortable writing, even though I was an excellent speller. I probably could have been in a spelling bee. I mean, that's just how well I'm very good at spelling. And then, of course, talking. I stuttered so severely, I didn't talk for years. I didn't think I had no value. I didn't think I had anything to say. And then to now, in this stage of my life, I have a podcast that's extremely successful. I'm doing well and I just love it. Also, writing for the newspaper. And then I was just asked to write for a magazine. Then I'm also getting ready to write for the sleep app. And so here, writing and speaking of podcasts, it's like you got to be kidding, but I love it. I love it. So, and that's the way for me to really express myself. I'm not really a person to go on video. I do it from time to time. However, when I do, I get a lot of responses because I'm so real and I'm
Hmm.
nervous and I just let it out. I'm not trying to be. I mean, yes, I'm professional, but I'm not trying to be perfect. And once I say I'm nervous, I'm scared, it's not about me. It's about me giving this information, but my passion is the writing and then the podcast.
Ain't that amazing? I'm telling you, like I say, you stepping on my toes because, like I say, English was my worst subject, and here I am publishing a national newspaper. And
Yes.
that God have a sense of humor. I say,
Yes.
and to take us to all of these, different roads that we had to travel to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking about at this point, Darnetta, I know you're doing a lot of things. How did you get into this sleep thing that you're doing that's so powerful that you're doing now?
Oh my goodness. I got into it because of the struggles I had. Okay, well, lots of times we do things because of our pain from our past or experiences that we have. And I know the struggles I had for sleep and how it affected my life. And then once I got that together, a lot of things stopped. I
Mm,
that my sleep issue was so severe, they thought I had lupus. I mean, that's just how
mm,
bad it was because I was weak, energy, and it couldn't find anything. Whatsoever. And so then I thought about, when I was a child and how when I was exhausted or how I was depressed or sad, sleep was my friend. When I got sleep, I felt so much better the next day. And so I was like, okay, well, let me look into this sleep. And so that's when I started to research. I became certified and started doing more with studying. And it's from a holistic perspective. Mm-hmm. And it's not about take this pill and take that pill. And so I did it from and I know how it feels, because you could get to the point where, like, if I don't get enough sleep, I can feel drunk. Actually, like, stumbling and just like totally out of it. And then the effects of how it had on your health over a period of time, or just not over a period of time. Sometimes the next day or the day after, if you push yourself. And so it's just so crucial, so many dis-ease that you can prevent, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, just by getting proper sleep.
We will be right back after these messages. Welcome back. That's powerful. Speaking of that, now, the power of sleep. I've heard all my life that, the three major things is, eat good food, healthy food, get exercise, and plenty of rest and sleep. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people kind of put the sleep thing on the side. They be out there exercising, doing everything else, but they fail to do this. And I do know there's a lot of statistics out here that how many car accidents, how many accidents on the job because people was tired. And not only that, get even deeper, how many people end up getting divorced because they're angry. Mm-hmm. And it brought out a lot of stuff, and people just stressed out, and people never kind of penetrate, go back and find out that just sleep. You just didn't get enough sleep sometimes. Mm-hmm. And so what you hitting on is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing from my perspective. And I think it should be from everybody else, because like I say, nobody really raised the flag until I met you. Mm-hmm. And I've been around the block once or twice, but I never see, especially someone of your persuasion. When I say your persuasion, I'm talking about a Black person. Mm-hmm. who is doing this, and that's a great thing about the National Black Unity News. We bring things from our perspective, for us and by us. Mm-hmm. And so so this is some of the things that you will find in the National Black Unity News. Lady Darnetta has been an editor from the inception of the paper. And not only that, she supported me when I used to do another newspaper. So, so like I say, we go a long way back. But on the sleep thing, because like I say, once you start raising the flag, I start looking into it a little bit more, how important it is. And I'm one because, like I said, I work kind of crazy hours, and because I think I'm inspired to get up early in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I start being very creative and I, get things done. But I'm in a great position. If I get tired, I can go to sleep.
Right.
I don't have to be there. I kind of control my time, so to speak. And so, but I do know that if you make your mind up and you do certain principles in life can get better. Just like you, when you said when you was coming up, if you didn't have certain things in your life, it affected you mentally, physically, and everything else. And I know you've been doing some things with this sleep thing. Let people know about some of the things that you're doing, how people can find out more about this sleep thing that you're involved with, and pretty much how it can benefit people as well.
Sure, no problem. Well, probably one of the best ways is to join my Facebook group, which is Sleep Challenges with Darnetta. That's where I advertise a lot of events I have. I had a summit for February the 5th. I have an upcoming event, which is March the 18th, 19th, and 20th, which is a 3-day virtual event. And so that's probably the best way to join the group and see what's going on. And also, I do have an opportunity I just started on Saturdays. People can post and promote their business or event on Saturdays only. And so that's a way to connect, engage, and find out what's going on. I do have a website, which is Darnetta10k.com, the number 110k.com. And that's where you can find all my podcasts, of course, the article as far as the newspaper, all my social media platforms, and then, purchase my book, that everything is there.
Okay, let me ask you this too. Say if somebody, like you say, some people not computer savvy sometimes, and some people, a lot of people in my age group, they still fear the internet, but a lot of young people, they grew up in it, so there's no problem with them. But do you ever do what you say, counseling, like one-on-ones and things like that with people?
Yes, I do. I always require a survey first so that I can kind of get to know the person first, because there's specific questions that I have. So that way, and I do have a free 15-minute discovery call. And the whole purpose of that is to kind of see if maybe you need more on one-on-one, or would you benefit from my course, Creating a Bedroom Spa? Would it be my signature course? And I do plan on coming out with a monthly membership. So it's several ways to connect, and everybody different. Like my signature program might not be the thing that's for you, even though it's a 40-day intensive program. I say intensive because we get right to the meat as opposed to, we drag it out because people time is very valuable. So that's the reason why that I decided and been wanting to do the monthly membership for quite some time.
Okay. And like I say, so you making it so available, so it won't be no more excuses for people to say they cannot get involved with this.
Right.
And I, like I said, I like to keep things real. And Darnetta and I, we had this spirit. Yeah, we work with anybody if we can, but we do have a spirit of working with us, we Black melanated people, because the playing field had not always been equal, and they still not. And that's, like I said, that's one of the purpose of the National Black Unity News, because we bring solution-oriented information to people. And they can't get this type of information out of any other publication because it's so unique. See, not only this is what you call a collaboration, not only do people invest into this public, we invest into our own issues and stuff, but at the same time, we bring information to you, like my guest said, Darnetta Morin, who brings so much value to people out. Because like I say, even myself, a lot of us are not aware of the dangers because of lack of sleep. And nobody hasn't been raising the flag in our community. We talk about all of these other things sometimes, but sometimes the basic things in life that you can take care of that can change your whole life around. And you heard it from the expert. You heard it from her herself. She said she had to do, and that's the way God works sometimes. He put people through things sometimes to discover these things, these gifts and these talents that we had. And I just want to reiterate this, that it is worth your time for your mental capacity and everything else, because if you can get proper sleep and the proper type of rest, that your whole disposition will be better. Your whole outlook on life could be better. The way you deal with people could be better. And most important, you can save lives. And most important, you can save your own life, because you get in these cars and you have sleep. And I've done it myself. This is why I know what I'm talking about. I had sit at a red light working, night shift and couldn't sleep during the day. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there light in the car, just drifting the main traffic. I'm going to sleep, fighting to sleep. And even getting on the highway, I used to work at Fort Meade, and I had to drive 40 miles back home. And I used to roll the window down and really have big things of coffee and throwing sometimes. I mean, that's how bad it is. And I was in endangering other people's lives. And so, but not only that, the stress. Like Donette already mentioned, heart attacks and everything. When you stress in your body like that, it affects your whole body. And so I thank God for people like you, Donetta, because like I say, you brought up these issues that could be detrimental to our health and to our lifestyle and to our family and stuff. And so I encourage everybody to check Donetta information out, how to get involved with her program. Just check her out. Let her, because like I say, she got so much, way more than what we can explain in this short period of time. But Donette, I want you to let people know again how they can get in touch with you, or how they can get in touch with your programs as well.
Okay, sure. Okay, the two best ways is my Facebook group, Sleep Challenges with Donetta, or Donetta10k.com. So those are the two best ways to reach me.
Okay, and not only this, ladies and gentlemen, I will also post this in the credits after this, after we do this video. And Donetta, in closing, I want you to share anything that you want to let people know. I know you got some shortcoming events coming up, but in closing, what would you like for people to do, or anything you want to share? Because from your perspective, I'm just going to ask this question, but you can close out with anything you want. Again, why should people get involved with your program?
I would say it's not so much with my program, that they need to want to change within themselves first, but I'm here to support and hold them accountable. I always like to share my 3 C's of sleep, which is you need to be willing to make a change. You need to have the courage to step out and say, I'm going to do this for myself and for my health. And you need to be committed. So those are the 3 things that I would share, because you have to be willing, ready, and able to do it. Because you can pay your money and take up this program, this course, but don't do anything. But you have to be ready for your mindset. And like I said, the 3 C's: change, courage, and commitment.
Okay. All right. So Donetta Morin, I thank you in so many ways. I thank you for taking time out to be with me today. I thank you for your lifetime support. And I can say this, ladies and gentlemen, is this. A lot of people do things for a lot of different reasons. But I do know one thing about my sister here, Donetta Morin. She is for real. She's really concerned about us. She had never been, like some people say, fake news. No, she's for real. And I guarantee you, if you call Donetta, she would treat you with the utmost respect and give you the best she can, like you say. But she requires something, in order for anything to work, you got to participate. And but again, Donetta, I appreciate you and continue to do. I watch you grow. I watch you evolve over the years. And I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna say it openly and honestly. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
No,
I appreciate that.
I am so proud, because like I said, we go a long way back, and I've seen how you evolved and the things that you're doing. I mean, it's amazing. Neela, I tell your story all the time.
Thank you.
No, because it's a great story, and from which you came and where you are now. And so that gives everybody, I'm just saying this, it gives me hope that, you know, all things are possible if we believe and we put in a little bit of work. And she worked that. She didn't just come up and, you know, she put in the work for it. She paid her dues for you so she can serve you better. She know how to take care of herself, but, you know, now she's thinking about you, us, we Black melanated people and other people as well. But, you know, but again, charity begins at home. This is not a charity, but, you know, they say this is a life-saving thing that she can provide for you. So, Darnetta, thank you so much for this interview.
You're welcome.
And there will be many more. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, in parting, support the National Black Unity News, because the National Black Unity News is here to support you. It is by us and it's for us. It's a solution-oriented publication. And you will find Darnetta Moore in this publication. Matter of fact, you will find it in all our publications. Go to our archives and you will see every issue of the National Black Unity News. And so again, Darnetta, I appreciate you. Take care and God bless.
Okay, thank you, everyone.